What's up, everybody, and welcome to Candid Live with me, Ryan Moffett, your host this evening. It's been a bit of a whirlwind of a day because it's actually been a double whammy for Candid Live, would you believe? Yes, we had a show this afternoon at 3 o'clock, which was a giant success. We had the lovely ladies from Real Princesses NI on the show. We had the wonderful co-founder Orla, who came on, and then we had Elsa, who also came on and did multiple things. She sang for us. She did a sing-along, so we all get to sing along. And then my Lydia was also here as a co-host. That was pretty awesome. And then she showed us how to draw Olaf, which was kind of cool. Now that I can go and just draw a whole pile of them around the house. And the last one was also the questions. She answered so many different questions. The one that blew my mind, though, was the fact that she has a surname. Now, can you ask me what it is? No. Do you remember? No. But she has a surname, and you can go look it up. So I thought that was pretty awesome. That was pretty cool. So thanks for joining into that earlier on. There was over 700 big love hearts clicked on that. So that was pretty epic. As you can see here at the studio as well, folks, we've done a bit more of a makeover. So this afternoon we were in the Kingdom Land for the princesses, and tonight we are in Movie Land because we have the one and only Adam Sheridan on the show talking to us about movies and about his Facebook page, Adam on Movies. So if you haven't already, go onto his Facebook, not right now because you're watching this show, because we don't want you to click off this show, and go onto his Facebook page and give it a big like. Let's have a wee look on our comments just off this side. So folks, if this is your first time to Candid Live, during the show you will be able to comment and I'll be able to see it right here in the studio on my screen. So we have Connor Kemp, who has given us a big hello again because he was there earlier on, and then we have Gemma Kells. Hello Gemma, you're very welcome both to the show. For those people who are watching, there's obviously more than two, so we do want you to comment and let us know who you are and what you're doing. So Taylor Clements, big hello to you too, my dear. It's good to see you. Hello, Mum. Hello, Mum. Mum is watching. Hello. That's Mrs. Irene Moffett to you people out there. Absolute aka hashtag legend. So good to see her, and hope Dad is all well. This week I had to take my dad up to the eye clinic up in Belfast to get his second eye done. Got his first eye done the week before that, and he says it's been remarkable, the difference in his eyesight. So I am buzzing for my dad. That's epic. Lucy McMath says, hola, hello, lovely to meet you. Hello, Lucy. Good to have you on the show and see you tonight with a big smiley face. I bet you know, money, that you are curled up in your bed, or there's a duvet somewhere that you're wrapped up in. Sophie or Lucy is always wrapped up in a wee blanket or a duvet or something like that, from what I see on Facebook and stuff. So you're very welcome to the show. Make sure you give us a wee thumbs up and a love heart as well. So let's see what else. We had a great show on Tuesday. We had Chris Smith here all the way from Michigan over in America, who sang for us in the show. Absolute belter of a voice. And then we surprised Chris by bringing James Cristiano onto the screen as well. If you haven't seen it, just flick through our Facebook page or go onto our YouTube site and watch that video. It was pretty cool. Hello, Josh Lanham, my solid brother-in-law all the way over in Missouri. Lucy says, I'm actually not crying face. Lucy, then what are you doing? Let us know. What are you doing? Max Haverin says, nice to see you. Max, nice to see you too. And Max, I apologize, my friend. Max and me and Harry had a bit of a challenge this past week, where over the last couple of weeks, where we had to find scrap wood or materials around our house and build something. I got to build a park bench, picnic table, and also a princess chair that I made for Lydia and for Lila. And Max made some kind of guillotine thing from Fallout, which was pretty cool because he does a lot of metal work. And then Harry was supposed to build something, but I don't know what Harry's built. So Max, if you're still watching, I want you to go and find Harry Smith, send him a message and say, mate, Candid Live, they want to know what you've built. You need to come on the show right now and let us know in the comments. Everybody wants to know. So yeah, that was the eventful stuff there. Folks, can we also just say, right, NHS people on the front line. You guys are amazing. You're doing such an incredible job. Actually, in a couple of weeks' time, I have somebody who's fairly high up in the NHS who's coming onto the show under the name of Mark Taylor, who's a liver surgeon here in Northern Ireland. And he's going to be talking to me. His wife is also a GP, and he's going to talk to me about what's going on in the current situation, just to give you guys, the viewers, a chance to ask questions that you might not have been able to ask so far through on the comments, or email them through to us, and we'll be able to put them to Mark on that show. More information about that will come very, very, very soon. So excited to have him. And again, thanks to all the NHS people out there working so hard. But I also want to throw a wee shout out to the postmen and women. What are they called? Post officers? Posties. Call them posties. I want to throw out a wee thank you to the posties for doing an incredible job and making sure that we still get all of our mail and packages, and for going out and doing that. So thank you to all of the post officers and people out there. Also to all the people who, and my wife said this earlier, she was like, Ryan, the bin collectors, what legends. Because let's think about this. If the bin people didn't go out and pick up our trash, right, on a or trash, listen to me, I'm so American, our rubbish, imagine all the filth that we would have around our homes. Like, honestly, like, we've 3 kids and 2 of them are still in nappies. Like, could you imagine? Like, I'd be like, So a massive shout out to you guys as well. I just thought that earlier. I thought, what a great way to start the show by giving a wee bit of thanks to you guys out there who's doing that. So again, keep the comments coming in. They are coming in thick and fast down there at the side. And even Adam, who is on this side of my screen, who's getting ready to come on to this screen right here, is commenting away to those guys. He's going to be a bit of a heads up on them as well, so that's pretty cool. Online classes for May, we've emailed out about those, so if anybody's interested in Uplift classes for May. Hi Adam, really Adam just commented and said, hi Ryan. I mean, I'm going to talk to you in like 5 seconds. So online classes, like I said, folks, for Uplift. Want any more information about those, get in touch. We have two productions coming up. I know. Like, we're not able to go to theaters, we're not able to do this, but guys, we're still able to entertain. We are still able to bring you the best. So we have 2 shows coming up. One is with my older performing arts class, okay? So Poppy and Anna and Connor and Taylor and Talia and Kira and Amy Havern, and if I've missed it, or Matthew, you guys are going to be getting together and you're going to be recording your lines that I've given you, and then I'm going to merge them all together into a show using my skills with Final Cut Pro X, and we are going to bring you guys a show called Don't Keep Quiet. Okay, so that's coming very, very soon to you guys, so please do keep an eye out for that. Another show that we're thinking of, and this came from the brains of Sophie Greer, and we talked to the staff there the other day about it. I've wanted to do a talent show for a while, but I wasn't sure what to call it, and Sophie came off with the best one of "Let Me Quarantine You," and I was like, that's epic. Let's call it that. Let me quarantine you, or quarantine you, whatever way you say it. I don't know. But there you go. I've had far too much coffee today, by the way. Karen Logue, all the way over, who was a guest a few weeks ago, she says a great hello. So Lucy is just laughing at me in the comments here. She's just like, oh my word, Ryan, what are you like? And then there's Kellyanne Patterson. Hello, Kellyanne. It's lovely to see you. Not that I physically can, but I feel it. I feel it tonight. I feel the love coming in for the channel here tonight. Right, Ryan, stop talking. You're 8 minutes in and you need to bring on your guest. It's very, very true, folks. I do. So usually we have Thursdays as our International Chat Thursday. We have a few other celebs from different parts of the world who come on to the show. Let me just give you, while you're here, let me just give you a brief... This is gonna dumbfound so many of you. Okay, so next week should just be entitled Ladies Week. Okay, it should just be entitled Ladies Week because I have 2 guests who are coming on who I kid you not, they are studs. Okay, so the first one is this guy right here. Okay, this is Mr. James Patterson. Okay, look at him, ladies, look at him, stud. You know what I mean? James is coming on the show. He's a good friend. He lives over in England, and he's also been on a number of different touring companies over in the West End. He recently just got off the show Once, which was Once the Musical, which again is a brilliant one. It was taken from the adaptation of the movie. And he also got to perform with Sting. Sting! I know! like the artist Sting, because he was on the show, or he was on the musical show The Last Ship. So he's coming on to the show. And folks, if you didn't think that was enough, okay, if you didn't think that was enough, we also have this guy right here. This side. This is Jordan Buha, that's right. Buha. This is Jordan Buha, and he's going to be on the show on the Thursday. He's all the way from LA, and he is an actor on. I think it's called Free Flow or Free something. I forgot it already. Let me see if it's here in my notes. Is it? No. Anyway. Freeform. Thank you, Adam. He's on Freeform, and it is a company owned by Disney. With this kind of ABC kind of thing. But anyway, he's on a show called Grownish, and he's going to be on talking to us about that as well. Ladies, unbelievable. What a week. Do you know what I mean? Click in. Here's another picture of him whenever he was on the red carpet for the Mulan movie. So this is going to be a bit of an epic week. Like, this is another picture I've got of whenever James was on stage doing the musical once. So, it's going to be pretty cool. Michael Newmeyer from LA has also joined us on the group chat as well, and he's coming into my rescue the same as Adam. Freeform, Grownish. Love you guys. Alrighty. I'm slightly hurt that you think I sound like that. Lucy, I don't think you sound like that. I just make up random voices. I really do. You sound far better than that. You sound better than anything I could possibly even say or sing. So you're good. You're good. It's hard not to laugh at you, buddy. Thanks very much, Danielle. I appreciate that. Because, do you know what? I'm here to entertain and give you guys joy. Can I say as well, on Facebook today, or it was Instagram, it was one of the two, your eyeshadow, mate, killing it. I saw it. So yeah, keep the comments coming in. But guys, let's get a big, massive, rapturous round of applause as we bring on to our show the wonderful Mr. Adam Sheridan. Hello, sir, all the way from Adam on Movies. It's good to see you, sir. Hello, welcome to Candid Live. Hello. Adam, it's good to have you here with us in the show and in the studio, from your studio back at home, which is actually your own personal theatre, which is pretty awesome. If anybody doesn't know Adam, Adam is a huge movie buff, and he even has his own home theatre, which he's currently sitting in right now. You can see the grey off to the side of the wall where the screen is, and so on. Danielle says, I miss you. Danielle, I miss you too. And then Gemma, I don't know if you left a comment there or not, or you just hit an enter. Max, where is Harry? Get him on the show. We need to find out about what he built. Now, Adam.
Yes.
Adam, thanks for coming on to the show. People are probably wondering why I've got you on the show, but if there's one person who, but if there's one person who could talk about movies, I believe it's you. I believe it's you. I do. I believe it's you. Yep, absolutely.
Why is that, Ryan?
Why is that? Because every time we go out for a pizza or for a drink or for something, or we talk about movies, and we bring them up because the other part as well, Adam, is the fact that you religiously go to movies every week. Am I right?
Yeah.
No,
well,
obviously
I used to.
Yeah. Not at the minute. Yes, I get that. But
I really miss it too.
I bet you do, because that leads me on to my first question. Okay, so how did you know that movies was going to be your hobby?
Well, I've always been into movies, but I've been going to cinema since I was young. But I really got into it when I was at university, and I did a couple of sort of semesters on film.
Yeah.
And actually, for one of my, for the final grade, I had to write and shoot a film of my own. So that sort of got me in that side of it.
That's cool. So what was you obviously went to university and you were getting into movies and all that kind of stuff. You obviously watched movies a lot longer before that, I'm sure, just at home catching up on different things and so on. But so what is it you look for in a good movie?
It's hard to say because everyone's different. Right. Everyone has their own, feel of what they like in the cinema. I like to be, to have fun when I go to cinema, and I like to get involved in the story. I like to enjoy the story. and sort of be taken into the story and be part of it, and sort of something like it's a to get away from it. Whenever you go on the film, you just want to be part of it. And there's a lot of films you go to and you're just bored watching them halfway through. You're like, can't be bored with this anymore because you're not really into it. So that would be, it's a film, a bad film to me is something that you're not really engaged with. Whereas you have other films where you go in and you're like, oh, I can't believe it's over. I could have watched this, a lot longer.
Do you find that movies nowadays, though, are very samey in what they kind of do? Is that why the stories maybe aren't as appealing to you because you're watching the same kind of, I don't know, like, let's take, for example, a Cinderella story where somebody falls in love and all that kind of fun stuff, and they just kind of figure out different ways of doing it rather than actually creating a new kind of context or anything,
Well, that's the thing is, you have to find, even if it's an old concept,
right,
if you find an interesting way to, make it new and make it interesting in a different way, then that's, the way to go for it. If you come out with a film that's just exactly the same as the previous one, like, example is when Disney remade The Lion King, the live action Lion King, they literally just made the exact same film, but in live action.
Right.
Whereas could have went a different way with it, or even included more of the stories from other film, the sequels to the original one, made some sort of that, rather than just make an exact copy of the original.
Yeah.
But then there's other ones that they've done where, when they did Beauty and the Beast. Now I'm not a big fan of the original Beauty and the Beast,
okay,
but I really enjoyed the new one because I think they took that original story but updated it in a new way. Again with Dumbo, again it wasn't very well received as a film, as a remake. But again, they didn't just copy the original film. They made their own version of Dumbo with those characters.
Well, I think that's probably easy because with regards to Tim Burton, ended up directing Dumbo, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it's one of those ones you kind of think it's Tim Burton. If there's two more quirkier directors out there, it's probably Tim Burton and Quentin Tarantino at the end of the day, Let's have a bit of a vote as well. Let's see. Guys in the comments, let us know out of those three. So let's go Dumbo, Beauty and the Beast, and the Lion King live action ones. Which of those you thought was personally the better? Okay? And let's see if we can get some kind of dialogue going here with our wonderful audience too.
See Taylor loved Dumbo as well.
Did she?
Good choice. Good choice, Taylor.
Yeah. Well, I personally still haven't seen it yet because Amy turned around to me the other day and said, right, are we going to watch Dumbo with the kids? And I was like, I don't mind. And she's like, well, I've heard it's a little dark, so I'm not sure.
It is.
Is it a dark movie?
Yeah. The original was quite dark as well.
Really? Okay.
For the time. But yeah, the new one's quite dark, but it's not like scary dark. It's just it's not the most uplifting film.
Right, okay.
In the world.
Okay. Good pun there. Uplifting. Connor says Beauty and the Beast. He liked that one out of the three the best. So keep the comments coming in. Gemma says that she preferred Beauty and the Beast. Josh over in America, he says I haven't seen the new Dumbo yet, so between the other two, I think I'll have to go with Beauty and the Beast. So there seems to be a bit more of a rapport there going. So I personally, whenever I went to go see Lion King in the cinema when I was in America at the time, I don't know, maybe it's one of those things that we grew up with the cartoon versions of them, so there's something iconic about them or something that kind of just is more instilled in us that we kind of like them more. And then I remember sitting there and I couldn't help but judge certain things in the movie. Like the guys, the original Timon and Pumbaa to me are superior to what those other two guys did. And that's not to say or a criticism of them as actors or whatever. They brought their own spin onto it and I appreciate that and I applaud that. But I don't know, there's just something about that and things like whenever they got to the bit where they were supposed to sing this, if you want Hunka Chicka Juicy Meat, that kind of thing, they ended up singing be our guest, or something like that. And I was like, no, that's not.
And do you know I really disappointed me about Lion King, the new one?
Go.
They didn't include my favourite song, which is forgetting it now. Told you I'm terrible with names.
Terrible with names.
It's the one that Scar sings.
Oh, the Be Prepared.
I'd be prepared, yes. Well, that's my favourite song. And I was so disappointed it wasn't included.
They kind of did, right?
It was a spoken word version of it, and it wasn't really the same.
That was pretty bad. I kind of really got annoyed at that too. That wasn't a big
and then just the whole Beyonce part of it as well was just terrible.
Oh, I remember you coming up with that and saying you didn't really appreciate it.
It was just like a Beyonce song. It wasn't like a Lion King song. It was just like Beyonce singing a song.
Nice. Hilarious. So let's move on then to the next part. Okay. How many movies do you think you've actually seen, Adam?
I'd say it's getting close to about 2,000.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing as well. What I love about you is you keep a tally of them on your phone, don't you?
Yeah, well, I'll try to.
You try to. So you literally, I don't know what's going on with my headphones in a minute. It's weird. You literally try. Yeah, there you go. Bring it over a bit more. There you go. So like, that's 2007.
That's when I started.
That's when you started. Okay, like really, like you've obviously seen a lot more movies than that, but that's when you first started kind of looking into them. Okay, so using those that you've kind of got, what were some of your kind of like? Okay, these were great movies, and then what were some of the ones you were like, oh, that was shockingly bad?
We'll start. We don't start in 2017.
Yeah. Go from that.
Okay, let's see. We've got Baby Driver. It's really good.
Good movie. Solid.
Edgar Wright. That's brilliant. Let's see. What else? Okay, and Beauty and the Beast was out in 2017.
It's a popular choice here by the public as well.
One for the dog owners, A Dog's Purpose. It's really good. I liked it.
There you go, folks. There's one to get down on your Netflix.
Check it out. Let's see what else. Wonder Woman was pretty good.
That was
as well.
a quality movie.
Even though,
I think out of all the ones, it's surprising because actually out of all those superhero movies, it was the DC. And again, people may not agree, but I kind of assume that out of Wonder Woman and Aquaman, to me, were the two better ones.
Yeah.
Do you know?
And Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam was good too. Still, it wasn't overly fussed on it, but it was good. But you know, it was better than Batman versus Superman for sure. So, and it'll be interesting. I don't know. Do you think Henry Cavill will come back to be Superman someday, or do you think they'll recast?
Who knows? Yeah, you just don't know. Let's see.
Give us a few more there, Adam, and then we'll move on to our quiz.
Spider-Man: Homecoming, the first Spider-Man with your man. I can't remember. See, terrible names.
The Homecoming one, the Tom
Holland. Yes.
There you go.
See. American Made. Tom Cruise is very good. I'll show you once here. Blade Runner 2049. Thor Ragnarok.
That's a good movie.
Greatest Showman, of course.
Obviously.
Jumanji, Star Wars, Last Jedi. A couple of bad ones that say.
Well, let's do this, Adam. Right, because that's only 2007. If we were going to do that, we'd be here all night going through those movies. But let's do this. Let's show the wonderful people out there, right? This, ladies and gentlemen, is Adam's page, right? So Adam All Movies. You can find him on Facebook, and we're just going to scroll down here and see what kind of context you have on it. Okay, now let's come up against the first one. This is one of the last ones you reviewed before the coronavirus, right? So just take these off as well so we can kind of see. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, right? This, I think I spoke about this when I was talking to Karen Logan, one of the shows, because we had a friend, Julie, who is obsessed with Mr. Rogers, right? When I first started watching the movie, I was really freaked out. Like, I thought the guy came across as really, I don't know, like, he just came across as a bit weird. You know, like almost like
strange.
Yeah, strange. like a strange kind of person. You were kind of like, okay, is this guy for real? Is he not for real? You know, all that. And then as the movie went on, you kind of opened up a little bit more to it all. What are your
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, because it was one. I didn't know what to expect. I just thought it was going to be like a kids movie, but it's actually a lot deeper than that, isn't it?
Yeah. It really shows off, you know, the sort of person that Mr. Rogers was. Yeah.
And if you haven't seen
He
it,
just wanted to, entertain people. He just wanted to help people, especially kids. He just wanted to, be that person they come to, to be entertained.
Absolutely. Other comment just coming through there from the wonderful Joel Johnson in Lauren. He says that Marvel miles better than DC. Do you agree with that, Adam?
Yes, definitely.
I know, absolutely. Okay, let's look on now. I haven't seen this movie yet, but I so want to see this movie, Just Mercy.
Yeah, it's very good.
You give it an 8 out of 10. So, what were your kind of thoughts on that one?
It's one of those ones. I really enjoy sort of biographical films. These people you've never heard of. You've never heard their story of what happened, and especially the what the film was about. It was, it's about these people that are on death row and are sentenced to death, and they're innocent, but there's no one there to sort of advocate for them. And he decided to sort of come along and be this person who would defend these people and try to get them freed from prison, so they weren't put to death.
So that's just one of those movies you were talking about earlier that has a good, solid story to it that you can really sink your teeth into.
Yeah, it's a real story. It's not like the Marvel films or with comic books or anything like that. This is a real person who did a real thing, and it's we need to see more of these sort of films about real people, about real issues that the world is facing. This was, I can't remember exactly when this started. This was back in the maybe 70s or something like that, and it's still going on today. There's still people on death row who are innocent and could be put to death even though they're innocent because they come from a poor background and they might not have the legal representation other people have.
Nice. So it's one of those ones you definitely think, okay, guys, stick it on a bucket list. It's one to watch.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Definitely.
Let's all keep scrolling down then. Okay, past some of these ones. Oh, look, there's Ryan Moffett. He left a comment for you. All right, here we go. Here's a controversial one. 5 out of 10.
It's not really controversial at all.
5 out of 10 for Bad Boys for Life. Do you agree in the comments that is a poor movie? Is a 5 out of 10? Does that consider a poor movie? I don't know. It's halfway. It's kind of like it wasn't. Did you maybe go into this thinking that it was gonna be like, I don't know, like, because the other ones were maybe so more iconic that you kind of thought, okay, well, this one has to knock it out of the park. This one has to be better.
Yeah. Well, I think it was a case of, well, I think I've watched the first Bad Boys once or twice maybe. Okay. But I really enjoyed the second one, Bad Boys 2. And I was, going to this thing, just do that again. It's brilliant. But this one was like a bad copy of the second one. They did all the wrong things and they didn't do any of the good stuff from the second one. And it was just
Did it still have all those big swooping camera shots and things like the kind of things?
Yeah, but that's because the original one was directed by your guy that did Transformers. Says some terrible with names. I'll figure out here.
Below, if you know.
What's his name? I don't know now. Michael Bay, yes.
There you go. It came to you.
So Michael Bay directed the first two, right? And he was the one that brought in that style, the swooping cameras and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But the guy directed the third one. Tried to sort of emulate that, but in a bad way, and he just didn't do it right. And it was more distracting than anything.
Nightmare. Let's look at one more, Adam. Let's look at one more. What is this next one that's coming into play? Okay, 1917. Now this got a 9 out of 10, and guys, I apologize. I'm shocking. I still haven't seen this movie, and it's on my. Don't do that. I have 3 kids. Okay, and a business to run. I have 3 kids and a business to run. I hardly have time. I get maybe like 20 minutes a night to sit and watch something. Okay. Amy will lie. Amy will be like, no, he doesn't. He gets far more than that. But this is one of the ones I keep forgetting about, but really need to watch. 1970. Anybody know where it is? Where is it right now? Is it on Netflix? Is it on Amazon Prime? Is it?
It's on Plex.
Oh, it's on Plex, right? Okay, I need to check that out. So 1917, 9 out of 10. Comment. Yeah. What did you think of 1917? First of all, let's address elephant in the room. The camera work on this movie, amazing, right?
Yeah. It's one of those things you think, how did they do that? It's one of those things you don't even want to know how they did it because it just ruined the sort of whole, amazement of it. You think that's amazing. I always want to watch that.
I think it's one of those ones as well that you don't realize how good it really is until once you've watched the movie, you go and then actually do the research into how they actually pulled off the shots. Like, I was watching a YouTuber called Peter McKinnon a while ago, and like I subscribe to him and I watch him all the time.
Yeah.
But one of the things that he was doing is, as a filmmaker, he's a wee series, kind of him watching other filmmakers make stuff, and he watched how one guy ran like the length of 5 football fields or something stupid like that. And whilst he was running that amount, all this other crazy stuff was going on around him, just so they could get the one camera shot on the back of a truck, the whole length of him running. And it was done in one take. It was not like it was 5 or 6. It was done in one take. Could you imagine the choreography put together in that take to make that work? Like, we think about trying to put something together that maybe lasts 3 seconds or a minute or something along those lines. Like, we've talked about it. We'd love to do one where I start at the top of our studio called The Wing and walk all the way downstairs and do something, but it's all one continuous shot and moving things around and all that. Like, seeing that actually come together, it's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what this movie...
There was one.
Yeah.
There was one, I think Peter McKinnon looked at it as well, but I'm not sure, where the camera actually went through a car. It was sort of handed over into a car and then it went out the other side.
Yeah.
It was all passed over. There was actually a camera. There was a guy dressed as one of the seats of the car, and he took the camera and then passed it to the person in the back, and then that person, sort of went out the window of the other side of the car. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's awesome. So 1917, we'll stop it there with the screen share and we'll come back to us down here. So that was one of those ones definitely watch. What's probably one of the worst movies you've ever seen, Adam? Let's flip it here. What's one of the worst movies you've ever seen? Again, I know that it's all opinionated and stuff, but like, what's one of the worst movies you've ever seen?
Worst movies? I don't know. That's one thing I've never walked out. No, I've never walked out. It was funny. I went to see a movie with my mum and dad, and they walked out. Okay. About halfway through, and I stuck it out. Is
June watching? Do you know if June's watching?
No, she's at work.
Oh man! But tell her to comment later.
Let me have a look here, see if I remember what the name of that was. It was like it was filmed here. It was filmed in Bangor, so it was. It's filmed in Bangor. It was like the Tar. It was like the Tar or something like that. Right. I think Tom Hiddleston was in it. All right. Let me see. Let me look it up here.
I walked out of one that was called like 1000 BC, I think it was called. I think Jack Black was in it and some other guy from Superbad.
Oh, I really liked that.
What was it called?
I'll look it up here.
Look it up. I remember walking out of that just thinking, this is rubbish. Like, I am not going to waste my time watching this.
I think you have it somewhere.
No way.
Oh.
Yeah, I was
something
like
zero. I think it's called something
zero.
Yeah, year zero. Yeah. No, year one. Year one. It's called.
Josh Lannon, I should have you on this show. We should just Skype Josh in right now to talk about movies as well, and have 3 of us on the screen. So that would be hilarious. Anyway, so Adam, while you're thinking about
High Rise, that's what it's called. High Rise. It's called High Rise.
High Rise. Wait, was that the one? Was that the one with Eddie Murphy?
No. It's Tom Hiddleston.
Oh yes, okay. High Rise. I think I'm thinking of that.
It's filmed in the Bangor in the old leisure centre in Bangor. So it was.
Really? That's where my brother used to work.
Yeah.
Before the Aurora opened. Very cool. Right, Adam. Here we go. We're gonna move on to a section here, guys. Josh says I have to put on a hat, put a hat on now. I have quarantine hair right now. Haha. Sorry, mate. Can't always walk into a show and look this good. All right, Adam. Right. We're going to move on to a bit of a quiz section of our show, folks. So please play at home when you're doing this as well. So I'm just going to put this right here for now, just so I can kind of see it in front of me. So this is a quiz that if you're a movie buff, this kind of confirms that you're a movie buff. Okay, so we're going to go through the questions, okay, and stick in your answers as we go through. Okay, Adam, question number 1: which war movie won the Academy Award for the best movie in 2009?
2009.
That's probably copyrighted, so I can't do that.
It was that one with the bomb. What was it called? The bomb site. Hurt Locker.
Yes,
Hurt
100
Locker.
points. Ding, 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 ding. All right, Adam. Next, question number 2, folks. Now, just write these down, and stick them in the comments. Right, number 2. What was the name of the second Indiana Jones movie released in 1984? 4 years before I was born.
Temple of Doom. Or Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yes, it was Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom. And could you explain to the people why? Do you know why it was called Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, not just Temple of Doom?
Well, the original one, the first film was originally called Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes.
And then obviously, once they decided to make a sequel, they named the sequel Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom. So they went back and then renamed the original one to Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Nice.
Or just people just call it Raiders for short.
Call it Raiders. Okay. Which are an American football team.
Actually, there is I think it's on YouTube. There's a video of these guys actually set out to make a shot-for-shot remake of Raiders of the Lost Ark on like a zero budget. So check it out. I'll try to find out the name of it here
And
for the end of the
below,
show.
Adam. Stick a link in below. Question number 3. What actor starred in the 1961 movie The Hustler? I know it's a little bit late in life. 1961. That is a bit of a long shot there.
I haven't a clue.
Anybody else out there know? Anybody else who's maybe got Google in front of them? It was Paul Newman. Paul Newman was that actor. Question number 4. In which year was the Academy Awards or the Oscars first presented?
In what year?
Oh my goodness.
I think it was either in the 50s or 60s. I think.
You think?
I don't know.
19.
Let's say 56.
Lower.
52.
Lower. Like miles lower, Adam. Miles.
All right. 34.
Lower, Adam.
1901.
No.
I don't know.
1929. That dumbfounds me. 1929.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. I suppose like when you start thinking about like how old not Sleeping Beauty, Snow White and all those movies are. Connor Kemp is straight in. Connor was 1929, and then Taylor was 51. Connor, that's because you've got Google in front of you. Let's be honest. Right. After all, tomorrow is another day. Is the last line from which movie that won an Academy Award for the Best Picture in 1939? After all, tomorrow is another day.
I have no clue. That's beyond my resume of films.
Have you ever seen Gone with the Wind?
No, never seen it. Although I do know it's the highest grossing film ever.
It
is. Take what do you call it? Inflation into account. It's the highest grossing film ever.
Nice.
By miles is the highest grossing film ever. But I've never seen it.
No, me neither.
Sorry.
I admit that. My granny's watched it multiple times, but I've never seen it. Next question. Which movie features Bruce Willis as John McClane in New York as a New York police officer taking on a gang of criminals in a Los Angeles skyscraper on Christmas Eve? Can I just put out a disclaimer?
Die Hard.
I was going to say, if a disclaimer is, if nobody gets this right, I would be horrified. The answer, of course, is the Die Hard, Adam. That's right. Well done. Die
The
Hard.
Nakatomi building. I remember that.
Nakatomi
Nakatomi
Plaza.
building. Yeah, it was actually was a building that was owned by I think Sony, which was the production company. I think.
It's Fox.
I think was it Fox? So Fox
owned it. Yeah.
Fox owned the building. Yeah, and that's why they used it.
That's right. So I remember that was on the program. It's on Netflix at the minute called.
Yes.
What was it? Something about how we made them? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good. If you cannot, or if you want to watch something on Netflix, watch that series because it goes through Die Hard, Ghostbusters, Dirty Dancing, and
Home Alone,
and talks about how those movies were made or not made. Well, they all
actually, the Dirty Dancing was really interesting, even though I'm not a big fan of Dirty Dancing.
So you finally watched it? Because I remember telling you.
I haven't watched it.
Oh.
The film?
No, not the film, but how they made it and stuff.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
Thank you, Josh Lanham, the movies that made us. That's what he's just saying.
Oh yeah.
The movies that made us.
Especially because the place filmed is still there, and you can go back and visit it. It's amazing.
Okay, Adam. Next question. Okay, which actress plays Katniss Everdeen in The Hunger Games?
I love her, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes, it is Jennifer Lawrence. Okay, Judy Garland starred as Dorothy Gale in which classic movie?
Wizard of Oz.
What is the name of the kingdom where the 2013 animated movie Frozen is set?
Arendelle.
Yes, it is. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. The comments are still coming in. Good job. Which 1997 science fiction movie starring Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones plays the story of a secret agent that polices alien refugees who are living on Earth disguised as humans?
This is too easy, man.
Think about where we started. Paul Newman.
It's Men in Black.
It is Men in Black. Men in Black. It's a good movie. What did you think of the one with... okay, I like the original, but not too sure the one...
Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth one, and Tessa Thompson. It's just terrible.
He's funny, but I'm
terrible.
Like, it didn't work for me.
He's funny as Thor, and he's funny in small doses, but not in a whole film. He's not that funny. Oh, he's too silly, I think, for a whole film.
I think
that.
The only movie I've really watched that I laughed a lot at him in particular, and it was probably the only good thing about Ghostbusters, the one that they made with all the females, and that's not me being sexist, because good on them for doing it, but it was one of those movies that just as an iconic Ghostbuster lover, it just didn't work for me. It didn't work. They should have had it in the original house. They should have had the original car. They were going to do it properly, but I could see where they were kind of going for it, but yeah, didn't work. Not for me.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it.
Adam, next one. Which English actor won the 2014 Academy Award for the Best Actor in his role in The Theory of Everything?
Oh, I can never remember his name.
Ooh. Is somebody in the comments gonna beat Adam to the question? Come on, guys.
Films he was in, but
it's gonna be Theory of Everything. Won the 2014 Academy Award for Best Actor. Connor Kemp, ding, 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 ding. Connor gets the point.
Eddie Redmayne, yeah.
Eddie.
I told you
Redmayne.
terrible names.
Well, you could have started describing him to me. You know that guy? He's in the Beast movie. You know the
redheaded guy.
Adam, this one's a gift. In which 1984 science fiction movie did Linda Hamilton play the role of Sarah Connor? Terminator. Gotta say, if we ever made, like you were talking about the Raiders of the Lost Ark, if we ever made a low budget like Terminator, can we put Connor Kemp as the Terminator? I just think Connor would be an amazing Arnie. You just be like, hello, I am Connor, and I am going to kill you. I just think it'd be cool. Connor, like that or not, just comment and let me know if you'll do it.
If you want to live.
Okay. Which classic thriller movie? Everybody listening? Everybody? Which classic thriller movie stars Roy Schneider as the police chief Martin Brody? Oh, that's hilarious. Yes, it is, of course.
Jaws.
It is. It's Jaws. Hannah, lovely to see you on the show. She's commenting, Hannah Bella. And she says, yes, Connor would be an amazing Terminator. People agree with me here. It's my directing casting just coming into play. Okay, in which 1952 musical comedy tells the story of three performers making the transition from silent movies to talkies?
That's the one. If
Which
you're
1952 musical comedy. It's a musical now.
The Rain one, wasn't it?
Yes, Adam. Keep going. Adam, who's bad with names, is so close. The one about rain. It's a musical, Adam. What do you do in musicals?
Singing in the Rain.
Yes, Adam. Singing in the Rain. Oh my word, you're a gag.
It's the one with Carrie Fisher's mum in it, isn't it?
That's right. Debbie Reynolds. Which English director was responsible for the epic Gladiator in 2000?
Oh, it's Tony's brother, Ridley Scott.
How do you know his brother?
His brother's a director as well.
Tony Scott. Yeah, his brother. Like, what?
Tony Scott. He's one of my favourite directors.
All right, okay.
Tony Scott.
There you go.
I actually prefer him to Ridley, but
nice. Okay. In which movie did Julia Roberts play a kind-hearted called Vixen Ward? Well, Adam couldn't throw any more at you there, like.
Pretty Woman, yeah.
Did you have to sing the song? Did you? You did.
Yeah.
You did sing it in your head.
I was singing the song in my head.
Josh, Adam. Josh. Honestly, mate, you just need to send me your Skype name and I'll bring you into the conversation. You can come on screen and we can have a competition between which of you two can do it properly. Right, here we go. Who played Jack Dawson in the 1997 epic Titanic?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well done. Which Tom Hanks movie won the Academy Award for Best Picture in 1994?
In Philadelphia?
Nope. Try again.
Oh, the one, Forrest Gump.
Yep, Forrest Gump. Boom. Julie Taylor? Wrong? What are you talking about, Connor? Anyway, who directed the epic historical drama Schindler's List in 1993?
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Who was the first African American actor to win the Academy Award for Best Actor?
Whoopi Goldberg. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Sidney Poitier.
All right. Sidney Poitier? All right.
Yeah, for his role in Lilies of the Field in 1963. Did Whoopi Goldberg win one?
Yeah, she did for the one that was directed by Steven Spielberg. Can't remember the name of it. But she was the first African American woman.
Color Purple?
Yes, she was the first African American woman
to win it. That's cool. Apparently,
that's where I got confused.
Apparently, I think she was supposed to come over and do the Sister Act musical. So she was recently over in the West End, but she wasn't able to. All right, Adam. So, last couple of questions for you, right, that aren't part of the quiz. Well done with the quiz, by the way, and well done to all of our listeners on the quiz as well. You guys did a great job. Thank you for all your comments coming in there and your likes. Adam, last couple of things just to finish off with before we move on and I show everybody the video from The Fault, which is our action movie medley from movie musicals, movie themed, get it? That we're going to see on the show. You love it. You do. Don't nod your head at me. You love it. You're like, Ryan, this is such a clever thing you're doing on this show. Everything lines up and links up perfectly. Like, you're amazing. What are your thoughts on the current film industry and the use of cinemas from what they used to be to what they are now. Because let's be honest, we don't go to the cinema, well, as a community, as much as what we used to. Okay, I still think there's people like your good self out there who are diehard. I want to go to the movies. Okay, like Josh. Yeah. Josh is watching right now. Again, is exactly the same. He wants to go to the movies because he wants to feel and be engulfed in that environment. But for so many other people, it's just kind of like, well, I don't really want to go because I can just watch it in my house or da-da-da-da. What are your kind of thoughts on
it? Well, I think even before this whole pandemic came about, I think cinemas were on their way out. There's plenty of times I went to cinema. I was the only one there. It's even leading up to the pandemic, it was very low attendance in cinemas, and it might be different, across the world, especially in America. It might be better attendance, but certainly in Northern Ireland, it's quite low. Especially, saying that, a lot of times I would go, during the week. More people probably go Friday, Saturdays. Those would be the times I would avoid it. But from what I've seen, it was very low attendance, and I think it's going to get worse after this because a lot of releases going to move online, which I'm sure the cinemas aren't very happy about. But as long as the studios can make their money back, and they, you go from what they charge here for the cinema, say £5-7 whatever upwards, they'll charge £15-20 for somebody to rent the movie to watch at home. So they're making a lot more money, and a lot of people that don't go to cinema because, like you, have kids and or run the business, doesn't have time to go out to cinema and doesn't want to spend the money to go to the cinema, where you can purchase the film and watch it at home. And that's the way the industry's going to go in the future.
So, like, what do you think cinemas need to do now to actually kind of up their game a little bit and kind of bring it back to what it is? Or do you think it would ever do that?
I don't think there's anything it could do. Because even before this, it was a dying industry. With the internet, it's been so fast, and people having big screen TVs, or like me with my sort of home theater here. You can get the cinema experience at home. People don't want to spend the money on going out to the cinema. Because especially a family, you could be spending upwards of £50. For a family to go to the cinema.
Because when we went to see Frozen, it was about 40 quid for me and the girls.
Spend the money.
Do you know what I mean? We're gonna bring Josh into the equation here. We're talking about movies all the way from America. Hello, Josh.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Josh. What was the cinema like in America? What's the cinema situation like in America before the COVID-19?
All right, Adam. All right. It's not like COVID. It's not like it's a Candid Live is hosted by Ryan Moffett or anything like that. You just jump on in there with the questions, big lad.
Yeah. So I mean, before it all started, I mean, I went as much as I could. I know, like, for me in high school, me and my friends went, at least once a week, to go see a movie. But since I think my brothers and I went and saw a movie, I think like the day before they all shut down. So like we got in, right under the wire to go see a movie. And supposedly they're supposed to be, at least here in Missouri, they're supposed to be starting to open things up again in the next week. So hopefully we'll be able to get back to the theater.
Yeah, and they'll obviously try and bring in some of the distancing and all that kind of stuff as well when you get in there, But in saying that, the American cinemas are so big anyway. I mean, when we go over at Christmas, me and you, we went to go see a movie at Christmas, and then went with Amy the one time before that, and it's a game changer. So it is in America with regards to, like, Adam, when we only recently got recliner seats in Carrick. Do you know what I mean? I know they've been in other places, but when you go to Missouri, you go in and there's like a bar, so you can have a few drinks. There's little corn dogs and chips and fries, Josh. And all these different things that you can go have a full meal and get ready and then take a meal in with you to the cinema, and then your big recliners and the cinema screens and sound and all great. It really is so different. So, but I'm still not convinced that that's going to really do too much for it. You think about, like, the amount we can get from Netflix and Disney Plus, like Disney Plus, it is let's be honest, it's a steal, right? 45
500 movies. Yeah.
But £45 for a year.
Yeah.
A year when Netflix is what, $11.99 a month?
Yeah.
You know,
or $8.99.
It's what?
99 don't get 4K.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry, I don't have a 4K projector in my cinema room there, Adam. So you start to bring in elements of streaming, and it just, even from a financial point of view as a family, you just think it doesn't make sense to go to cinema. But it's sad because there is something special about a cinema environment. Like there's a guy in Cumber who has his own cinema out the back of his house that he would hire out to people, and they'd come and they'd watch their own movie and have that actual kind of environment. But you just kind of look at it and go, oh, it's a bit dodgy, I don't know. But do you think that's what you were talking earlier about, people actually streaming movies and going to streaming in general? Like, do you think that's the way it's going to go? Josh, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't think it's ever going to fully go streaming. I think the streaming sites are definitely going to, I think take away something as far as profits go, from the theaters, just because, for a family of 4 or 5, you can save a lot of money, just watching it at home. But, there's always a magic of going to the theater. Like I remember when, like the Harry Potter movies were coming out and they still were doing like midnight releases. I mean, like I would go with my friends and we'd all get together. People would be in the theater in costumes, and there's just a different energy when you go to see a movie, in that kind of environment that just it takes it to a whole nother level, and it's a whole different experience. And like that's the kind of thing that I love about the theater is the experience. Like even now that it premieres like a Thursday night at 7. Still I get together with friends and, my brothers and Catherine, and we all go, and there's just that energy from the people that you're with. And I don't think that's ever going to go away. So I think theaters, the cinema is always going to have a place to play, especially with those big blockbuster movies.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I think there's a big way. Adam, you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I think it's something like the theater experience is what you go for. It's that I find seeing a film in the cinema is different from watching the film at home. Even the same film, there's something special about going to the cinema, getting your popcorn, getting your drink or whatever. In America, getting your fries and burgers or whatever before you go or pizza probably. And I don't think you get that same experience at home. Before this I would go to the cinema at least once or twice a week, and I go and see just random films just to go to the cinema, just because I enjoy going to the cinema. That experience of going to the cinema, which I don't think you get at home, and I'd really miss it if that went away.
So, do you think you could create that at home? I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. Do you think you could create that at home, like, or is that only something you can get by going to an actual cinema?
Yeah, I think it's the actual going to the cinema. It's getting out of the house. It's going somewhere, and it's it's the experience of it. I don't think you get that same experience, even if you can have the technology at home. Projector, Dolby Atmos sound, everything. Reclining seats. I think there's just something special about going to a cinema to see a film, and especially as Josh said, if you're going with friends, if you're going with family, it's an experience, and that's what you're looking for.
Awesome. Well, fellas, we're getting on to nearly an hour of chatting away here on the show, which is mega, which is class, and we could probably chat all night. But I'm sure some of the viewers are probably wanting to see this Vault video. So, Josh, we'll try and get you on the show at some point. We'll talk about some kind of cool topics with you and Catherine. So thanks very much for coming along, and we'll see you soon, my friend. And then, Adam, thank you again for being my special guest on tonight's show of Candid Live. Do you enjoy yourself?
Yes, of course. Always have fun with you, Ryan.
Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks. Listen, you take it easy, mate, as well, and I will see you very, very, very soon. All right, man? Take it easy. Thanks, Adam. All right, guys, so like I said, we're just going to move on to the Vault section of the show. This was a medley that was put together for a musical we did called Movie Musicals, and we hope you guys really, really like it. Let's just grab it here, and we're just going to drag it in. And it goes through lots of different musicals, and one of your little games that you can play at home is see how many different movies you can name.
the hipsters go, called bedrock. Twitch, twitch, the rich and the poor in the prehistoric bedrock. Twitch, twitch, it's a funky town, so I'll see you down. It's a funky town called bedrock. Oh, the Stone Age crowd is twitching proud in bedrock. Twitch, twitch, they do the twitch. 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 Twitch, twitch.
They call me Cupid Beat. I'm the king of the rumba beat. And when I play the maracas, they go chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom. The senoritas, they sing and they swing with their sombreros. It's very nice, so full of spice. And when they dance and they sing, they play a happy ring. El Vaquero singing their song all day long. So if you like the beat, take a lesson from Cuban beat, and I'll teach you the chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom. Oh, chick chicky boom.
Gonna mail it to my local DJ. It's a rockin' rhythm record. I want my jockey to play. Roll over Beethoven, gotta hear it again today. You know my temperature's rising and the jukebox is blowing its fuse. My heart beating rhythm and my soul keep it singing the blues. Roll over Beethoven and tell Tchaikovsky the news. Just take those old records off the shelf. I'll sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll.
There's something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! There's something weird and you don't look good. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
The power of love is a curious thing. Make one man weep, make another man sing. Change your heart to a little white dove. More than a feeling, that's the power of love. Don't need money, don't take fame. Don't need no credit card to ride this train. It's strong and it's sudden and it's cruel sometimes, but it might just save your life. That's the power of love. 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 It's the power of love, yeah. That's the power of love. Yeah. Woo! That's the power of love. Woo!
There we go, folks. So finishing off with Back to the Future. What an absolute belter of a movie. So hopefully you enjoyed all those different movies as well. Well done to all those guys who performed in that show way back there a couple of years ago. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said earlier on our show, this next week coming, we have the wonderful James Pattison and also Jordan Buhat. Always get that wrong. Need to work out for next week. So we've got Jordan this side, and James on that side. So make sure you join us on Tuesday and Thursday of next week for that. Also coming up onto the show over the next wee while, we have Peter Corey. We have that my friend Mark Taylor from the NHS who's coming on. Craig Worsley, who actually was in a famous boy band that was actually part of Britain's Got Talent. He's going to come on to the show. And then local director Sarah Lyle, who's going to come on to the show as well. So lots of guests coming on over the next week or a couple of weeks. All right, so please do. Max, I see that you're still watching and that Harry has not appeared. So we have no idea what Harry made. Oh, dear. Well, we'll find out for you and we'll let you guys know, because I know you as listeners want to find out. So leaving you with our positive quote of the day. We need more kindness, more compassion, more joy, more laughter. I definitely want to contribute to that. Ellen DeGeneres. Oh, yes. And do you know what, folks? That's exactly why this show is here, because we want to deliver on that as well. We want to bring you a little bit of joy, some love and kindness. And, pretty much you guys have an awesome night. Take care. God bless. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. And we'll see you all very soon.